Hi family, I'm getting ready to bring you a tutorial on how I do my makeup. So I already have a clean face for the most part. Um, I've already cleansed and moisturized. I just use regular um, cocoa butter lotion. So now I'm just cleaning around my nose ring. Um, so I have taken some witch hazel and put it on a Q-tip, and I'm just cleaning around my nose ring just to make sure there's no um dead skin or like lotion or anything like that around it. Just making sure I rub it really good. Sometimes when it's time for me to do and I'm just rubbing, the crevices of your nose, all of that. Just making sure I get that really well. And I'm going to take a Q-tip soaked in witch hazel and just really getting because my nose peels a lot. And so before I do makeup or even just regular day-to-day activities, it's very important that I clean around my nose. I normally do peels, but I haven't done one. So I have a trash can right here beside me. So I'm gonna let that dry before I get ready to get started. So I separate my makeup. This is all my lipsticks, my lippies. I don't know what lipstick I'm gonna do today. Have my eyebrow, blush, everything. Foundation. Excuse me, sorry. Trying to catch something. I don't know what it is, but it gotta go. Okay, so I think that is dry. So now I'm going to come and I'm going to spray my Prep and Prime makeup primer spray. Yeah, this is just something I ran out of my real brand, so I picked it up from the beauty supply store, and it actually works pretty well. I got it from a beauty supply store of my hometown, near my hometown. It's Thomasville, Georgia. It's a big beauty supply store. I don't know what the name of it is, but that's where I got it from. So I'm gonna close my eyes and just spray my primer. I'm gonna allow that to dry. Got my brushes. I'm ready. Some brushes back here. Okay. So got my primer ready. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is my eyebrows. And so, before I begin my eyebrows, I brush them like so. Brush my eyebrows into place. Apparently, this bit don't work too well, because it got holes in it. So all of my smaller brushes dropping out. So I might need to switch my makeup brush. So I also have this brush. tip that I can use to brush my brows. It's kind of angled, as you can see, so it makes it slightly easier to brush your brows. I'm going to take my brow powder when I find where I put it. Oh, and taking it out, sorry. So my brow powder, it's an eyebrow kit, beauty supply store. That's what I go to for like random makeup. I also order a lot of my makeup from the Crayon case, as you'll see. But this is beauty supply store. Brow. But before I start with that, I'm going to use my concealer. Also beauty supply store. And it has a tip like this, which I like. So you just squeeze it a little bit until you see the tip turn. And then you just brush under. That's to get that highlighted look under your brows. So I brush under my brows, as you can see. And then I brush the top, just kind of get the shape I'm looking for, and the sides. So you see how I do that. I'm a lefty. So we're going to the right side, doing the same thing. Doing the same thing on both sides. And I think I might have got a little too much, but that's correctable. It's a highlighter, so if you get too much, you would blend it and then always go back when you put on your makeup. That'll take care of that. So as you can see, I've highlighted. You may not be able to see. As you see, I've highlighted. So now I'm going to go in with one of my smaller brushes. Yeah, let me tell y'all, I don't never use brushes the way they're supposed to be used. Like this, I use this brush for my eyebrows. So, this is the size brush, and I'm going to go in and just blend in the highlight. Blend it in really well, you know. Same over here. I'm just blending it in. And to me, it's important that you get down in the crease a little bit. It's highlighter. So if you want to put it on your eyelids, you know, well, it ain't, it's concealer, not highlighter, my apologies. Concealer. So if you want to get it down on your eyelids, that's absolutely okay. You can do that. So I've got it all blended. Now I'm going to come to my eyebrow filler, and I'm going to fill in. So I generally use the darker color because my eyebrows are black, but I don't want to put black because I don't want to be walking around here looking like a witch. So I take this side of my brush and I dab it in there. You know, you can get a lot on there. And then I just brush it into my brows. Some people draw their brows in, but I don't. I just follow the shape of my brow, as you can see. When I get to the edges, I brush up a little to get that square. And I just follow the shape of my brow to fill it in, because my eyebrows are, you know, pretty on point for the most part. So same with this. I use my brush to kind of get to where, and this brow is a little more difficult because it's been through some things. So it takes a little more work for me to get it to where I want it to be. So as you see, and then I'm going to come back and just take my brush where I blended in the concealer and just go back to correct anything that's out of line. You see? And so I'm going to just fill it in some more so I can get that line just right. See how they're looking? Like, I need to get right here. So I'm going to add a little more because my pomade ain't here. Like, if I had my pomade, would not take this long. But I'm doing it all with powder because I'm missing my pomade. And once again, I'm going to go in because I have a little extra. And I'm just going to blend that in. Come over here. Blend that in. I'm not going to do any more powder. So now I'm going to take my concealer. And I'm going to put a little concealer on my brush. So I'm just going to take my brush and like wipe the tip of the concealer. And I'm going to go in and just add a little more. Just to kind of build that arch up some more. Same thing over here. So you see how that shape is trying to come together. Sometimes you just have to go in with that concealer to hide, you know, any imperfections that you may have. Okay, so I am done with the concealer on this side. So to get my eyebrows even, going back to my kits, and I'm adding a little bit over here. And this tail out. So you see how it's starting to come together. It's coming together a little better. Right, and then I'm going to take this and get that tip together. See, they're starting to look a little more even. So just go do some corrections underneath. How's that looking, y'all? It's looking better. Do some corrections underneath and on top, just to kind of make sure we've got this. It's looking like this side is a little longer, so I'm gonna come in with my brush and bring this side over just a little bit more. And I'm just gonna come just like that. They're looking more even. Looking a lot more even. Definitely. Trying to make sure I don't be looking crazy around here, y'all. So, want to always make sure you blend everything. Okay, so gotta back up, make sure, okay, they look even. When I'm up close, they're gonna look as even. Okay, so got the eyebrows done. So now next we're going to do the foundation. But before I do my foundation, I'm gonna do my contour. Okay, so this is my contour, my Contourzition notebook by the Crayon Case. Absolutely love the Crayon Case's products. So you open it up, it looks like this. Okay, so now I'm going to get a brush. I generally use about this size brush. I'll clean it off. And I always test to make sure there's no product on it by wiping on the palm of my hand. Because sometimes, you know, after you've used the brush for so long, it'll turn like it's product on it. But there's none on my hand. So I know it's clean. So with my contouring, I use Bricky for the dark, it has the different colors. So for my dark, I use Bricky. And so I generally just go around my face. Down here. And sometimes I do follow the things, but you know, you want to go along your cheek line, like right there, cut in right there. And some people highlight after their foundation. I highlight before mine. So, and then for so you want to get right here. I haven't always contoured, so you want to get here and here, right? Then you want to get here and here, and then you want to get the curvature of your face. Okay, so that was my the first portion of my highlighting. Then I'm gonna get another brush, this brush, make sure there's no product, it's not, and then so I want to decide which lighter color I'm gonna use. Depends on what look you're going for. I'm paler, so I'm gonna use Pink Me, which is a light pink color. And so with the Pink Me, I'm going to get right here, right here. Okay, I'm going to get right here, the center of my forehead. Okay, I'm going to get right here. And you know, you blend it in. So I got there. I'm going to get my chin. Okay. And I'm going to get sometimes I get like right here. Right here. Just to highlight that lip, your lip line. Okay, so we have all of that, our contouring. Now, with my contouring, I'm going to go back in with my bigger brush, and I'm just going to blend. I'm gonna blend in, you know, everything. So I'm blending all of that in so that, you know, you get this structure of your face. Now when I contour with highlighter, I do it differently, and I'll show you guys that another day. So now okay, so now I'm going to use this brush to put on my foundation. This is my foundation. Beauty supply store once again, because I ran out of foundation. So I'm just going to squirt. I like to put mine right on. Squirting it on here. And I paint my face starting from the bottom. So as you can see, I like to paint on my foundation I feel like with painting you have a more precise look. So I paint on my foundation. And I do it in sections, as you can see, so that I can make sure it's even. It's even. So I paint it on. And sometimes I just go ahead and get this part before it starts setting, because sometimes once it sets, your face will be a different color, and you don't want that. Make sure you get under your eyebrows, on your eyelid, all of that. You want to make sure that you match. That's one reason why I go under my neck. A lot of people don't. And then you can see the line of demarcation. You definitely don't want people to see the line of demarcation on your face. And some people think, oh, it's just because their makeup don't match. No, your neck and your face is going to be a different color. So it's not that your makeup don't match. You're trying to match your makeup to your face. You're not trying to match your makeup to your neck, or you shouldn't be. Most of the time people's neck and face are not the same color. So as you can see, I'm like going in even into my hairline, because sometimes when your hair starts and your face is a different color. So just trying to make sure I got all of that, making sure everything is blended well, even around my nose. On my nose. So got that done. Right, so foundation is blended. Might need to put a little bit on my nose because I didn't really get my nose well. So let's go back and get the nose. I'm always careful to make sure I'm going around my nose ring. So I have gotten my nose, as you can see, and you kind of can see where I contoured. I'm gonna get that again. Eventually, you see my eyebrows. And you want to make sure where you highlighted your eyebrows that you're definitely you've hit that really well. And I think I kind of covered some things up. Okay, so now I am going to use some of my Bare Minerals powder, and I only use a little bit. I put a little in my top, just a little bit, because it don't take a lot. And I'm going to use the same brush. Make sure it was clean. And I'm just going to come in and just put that on to just kind of make me one color. As you can see, just using that to kind of blend me, make me one color. Okay, so we are done with that portion. Next, we're gonna go to the eyes. Okay, so I have my eyeliner pencil. My eyeliner. Beauty supply store. Once again. So I'm going to line. Some people line the inner part. I don't line the inner part. I'm lining this part right here. And I think I just... So while lining, I messed around and got easily correctable. Take your Q-tip and wipe to get that off. If you mess up, no need to panic. Sharpen that a little bit. I'm just going in, line my eyes. Got the bottom part, so I'm gonna do the top. I just hold my eyes wide. I just line up there. And so as you can see, got my eyes lined. Now I'm going to get ready to do my lippy. I always do my blush last. For some reason. There's no apparent reason. But prior to putting on my lipstick, I use these Sugar Wonder Drops. And I just put these on my lips to if I'm wearing matte. So you put it on there, let it absorb. Okay, so I have like this little thing that I got from Sephora for free by Bite Beauty. And it was a double thing. It came with an agave lip scrub and an agave lip balm. And so I'm going to use some of the balm and just rub it on my lips. Because I want to make sure my lips are really moisturized before putting this matte on. Because for me, matte is really drying to my lips. So I got that. Really good. Okay, so for my lips, I am doing the Crayon Case lip liner in coffee. And so I'm going to come in. Right, the inner part. I'm doing the inner part of my lips. And you can smudge it, blend it a little bit. Okay. So I'm trying like an ombre. We're gonna see how this work out. So then I am using Crayon Case matte lipstick in Raven. And it's like a deep, and I'm just coming in. I'm doing the outer. And as you can see, I'm using the wide part. I'm just getting. Okay. So we have that part. Now I'm coming in and I'm using the Chai lipstick by Bite. Okay, Chai. And I'm just gonna get in the middle right here. Just getting in the middle. And one thing, I got a little thick eye teeth. One thing you want to make sure when you're putting on your lipstick that you get in there, because with matte lipstick you will see that line if you don't get in there. Don't be afraid to get in there really good. I always use my fingers to go back and make sure I got the lines. So you see,